ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ, ನಾನು ಚಂದ್ರಮೋಹನ್. ಇವತ್ತು ನಮ್ಮೊಂದಿಗೆ ವಿಶೇಷ ಅತಿಥಿಯೊಬ್ಬರು ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಇವರು ಕರ್ನಾಟಕದ ಬೆಳಗಾಂನಲ್ಲಿ ಹುಟ್ಟಿ ಬೆಳಗಾಂನಲ್ಲೇ ಬೆಳೆದು ಬೆಳಗಾಂನಲ್ಲಿ ಪದವಿ ಶಿಕ್ಷಣವನ್ನು ಪೂರೈಸಿದಂಥವರು. ವಿಜಯಪುರದಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆಲಸವನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ನ ಉದ್ಯೋಗಿಯಾಗಿ ಮಾಡಿದಂಥವರು. ಅದಾದ ಬಳಿಕ ಉನ್ನತ ಶಿಕ್ಷಣಕ್ಕಾಗಿ ಬಾಂಬೆಗೆ ತೆರಳಿದಂಥವರು. ಬಳಿಕ ಬಾಂಬೆನಲ್ಲಿ ವಿಜ್ಞಾನಿಯಾಗಿ ಪದವಿಯನ್ನು ವ್ಯಾಸಂಗವನ್ನು ಪೂರೈಸಿದ ಬಳಿಕ ಅಮೆರಿಕಕ್ಕೆ ತೆರಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅಮೆರಿಕದಲ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ ಉದ್ಯಮ ರಂಗದಲ್ಲಿ ಯಶಸ್ಸನ್ನು ಗಳಿಸಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ವಿಜ್ಞಾನ ರಂಗದಲ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ ಯಶಸ್ಸನ್ನು ಗಳಿಸಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಈಗ ರಾಜಕೀಯ ರಂಗವನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ಪ್ರವೇಶ ಮಾಡಿ ಯಶಸ್ಸನ್ನು ಗಳಿಸಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಇವರೇ ಶ್ರೀ ಥಾಣೆದಾರ್. ಥಾಣೆದಾರ್ ಅವರು ಕರ್ನಾಟಕದ ಬೆಳಗಾಂ ಜಿಲ್ಲೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಹುಟ್ಟಿದಂಥವರು. ಬೆಳಗಾಂನಲ್ಲೇ ವಿದ್ಯಾಭ್ಯಾಸವನ್ನು ಪೂರೈಸಿ ಈಗ ಅಮೆರಿಕದ ಮಿಚಿಗನ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ನಿಂದ ಹೌಸ್ ಆಫ್ ರೆಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟೇಟಿವ್ಗೆ ಆಯ್ಕೆಯಾಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಡೆಮೊಕ್ರೆಟಿಕ್ ಪಕ್ಷದಿಂದ ಆಯ್ಕೆಯಾಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಡೆಮೊಕ್ರೆಟಿಕ್ ಪಕ್ಷದಿಂದ ಆಯ್ಕೆಯಾಗುವ ಮೂಲಕ ಕನ್ನಡಿಗರು ಮತ್ತು ಭಾರತೀಯರು ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಕೂಡ ಹೆಮ್ಮೆ ಪಡುವಂಥ ಸಾಧನೆಯನ್ನು ಶ್ರೀ ಥಾಣೆದಾರ್ ಅವರು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಮತ್ತು ಒಂದು ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಭಾರತದಿಂದ ಅಮೆರಿಕದ ಕನಸನ್ನು ಸಾಕಷ್ಟು ಮಂದಿ ಕಾಣ್ತಾರೆ. ಆ ಕನಸನ್ನು ಕಂಡು ನನಸಾಗಿಸಿಕೊಂಡಂಥವರು ಶ್ರೀ ಥಾಣೆದಾರ್ ಅವರು. ರಾಕ್ಸ್ ಟು ರಿಚ್ ಸ್ಟೋರಿಗೆ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಫೂರ್ತಿ ಆಗ್ತಕ್ಕಂತಹ ಸಾಧನೆಯನ್ನು ಶ್ರೀ ಥಾಣೆದಾರ್ ಅವರು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಇವತ್ತು ನಮ್ಮೊಂದಿಗೆ ಈ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮದಲ್ಲಿ ಶ್ರೀ ಥಾಣೆದಾರ್ ಅವರು ಜಾಯ್ನ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ವೆಲ್ಕಮ್ ಟು ದ ಶೋ ಮಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಶ್ರೀ ಥಾಣೆದಾರ್.
ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನನ್ನ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. ಇವತ್ತು ಈ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ಗೆ ನನಗೆ ಕರೆದಿದ್ದೆ, ತುಂಬಾ ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು.
ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಆಲ್, ಕಂಗ್ರಾಚುಲೇಷನ್ ಫಾರ್ ವಿನ್ನಿಂಗ್ ಎ ಹೌಸ್ ಆಫ್ ರೆಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟೇಟಿವ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಮಿಚಿಗನ್. We are all Indians are proud about your achievements in USA politics. Sir, I like to ask
you so much for inviting me.
I like to ask some question to you. How much confident you were about electing to House of Representative from Michigan?
I was very confident, but this was not easy because I look different, I speak different than the local people. So they have to get some comfort level with me because I am an immigrant. I came from another country to America. So they have, the people, local people in my constituency had some questions about me.
Okay, basically you are a scientist. What inspired you to enter politics? How was your political journey so far?
Well, I am a scientist. I grew up in Belgaum and came to America in 1979 to get a PhD in chemistry. And I ran small businesses, scientific businesses for many years. And I was able to do good for my family. But I felt that this country has given me so much opportunity, and it's my obligation to give back to the community. And that's the reason I decided to run for public office so I can serve the public.
Earlier you contested for the governor post also. How was that experience?
It was a very interesting experience. In America, a governor is like a chief minister. He or she controls the entire state of Michigan. And we have 10 million people in Michigan, and I wanted to take on that job because I wanted to make life better for a lot of people. Now, I did not win that election, but I won the city of Detroit. I got a lot of support in the biggest city in the state of Michigan, which is Detroit. And at the time, after having lost that election, I still felt that I am still committed to public service. I want to do good for people. I want to improve the education system. I want to help people with health care. So I remain committed to public service. And I chose a smaller role, which is state representative, which is you call an MLA. So that's the position that I ran for and got elected.
Okay, good. You have a terrific experience in business. Please introduce us to those struggling period of yours as a budding businessman in United States of America.
Well, the most important and most difficult thing for a new business person, a budding young business person, is getting capital. And when I started my business, I did not have much capital. So I could only start with a small business. So I started with purchased a 3-person business for $75,000 by getting a small loan from the bank. And then I grew that business to 450 employees over 18 years or so. So I developed a nationwide network of research and testing laboratories all over America. And that business at one time was valued more than $200 million.
You are in a pharmaceutical business, so that I am asking this question. When can we expect the corona vaccine before January, February in America or in all over the world?
Yes. I think just recently we heard a good news. There are 2 companies. One is Pfizer, who have developed a COVID vaccine that is 90% effective. So that medicine, that vaccine is currently being finalized. It is safe. It has been proven to be safe, and it has been proven to be very effective. We did not expect we will get a vaccine that is this good. Even 50-60% effectiveness would have been good enough. But normally it takes 3, 4, 5 years to develop a vaccine. And because of the scientists who have worked day and night all over the world, we are being able to get this vaccine in a very, very short time, less than a year time. And I believe that we will have this vaccine available early next year. And all of the governments have agreed to provide this vaccine free of cost to the residents, citizens of each country.
Okay, now I go back to your younger and teenage days at Belgaum in Karnataka. When you were pursuing your bachelor degree in Karnataka, you were also worked in a bank. It's been said that you were not permitted from your bank to take a degree exam. Can you elaborate that incident?
Yes. So, I grew up in a lower middle class family. My father retired when he was 55 years old, and I had 4 older sisters, but I was the oldest son. And like how our culture is, I took care of my parents and I took care of my family. And throughout my college education, I worked some jobs on the side so that I can help my family. After I graduated with a BSc from Belgavi, I got a job in a State Bank of India as a cashier. So I took that job, but I was also working on my master's, MSc at Dharwad. And my boss will not allow me to give me 2 weeks of vacation so I can go and appear for the MSc exam. And it was important that education was very important because, my mother has always taught me because ನನ್ನ ಜೀವನದಲ್ಲಿ ತುಂಬಾ ಮುಖ್ಯವಾದ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿ ಅಂದರೆ ನನ್ನ ಅಮ್ಮ. ನನ್ನ ಅಮ್ಮ is the most important person in my life.
Good.
And she has taught me a lot. And what I felt was that the samskara that my mother has she taught us has remained with me. And even today, She's no more, but even today, when I behave and I think the value system, the sanskara that my mother gave me is still very important to me.
Yes, we all know that you are
Lives, we have a lot of unhappiness and sadness. If you look at it, success rarely happens. In most people's lives, including mine, we have a lot of failures. Now, a person has to decide how is he going to react to failures. Is he going to get depressed and say that this is not going to happen and give up, or you can fight? And every time I had failure, I worked harder. I fought back harder because my mother taught me never to give up, no matter how hard things get. And I have always worked harder, especially when I have a defeat or I have a failure. And I never give up. And I work, and it's hard work. I never was very smart in school. For SSC, I only got 55% of the marks. So I did not even get a first class in my SSC. But it was important for me to succeed, and I did that by hard work.
Okay. United States of America, a dreamland for many, but in one of your video we saw that you were putting a coin into pothole. Share something about this. Our Bengaluru also had a terrific traffic and potholes.
People think of America as a country that is very wealthy, and you see the skyscrapers and the big tall buildings and very fancy, lifestyle. But America has a lot of rich people, millionaires and billionaires, but America also has a lot of poor people. Certain areas in America, people are very struggling with getting clean water. People are struggling to get good medicine and health care. Even our infrastructure, roads and bridges need to be fixed. There is a huge infrastructure need in many cities right now that need investment, and there is not enough public funds available to take care of and fix the roads. And in that commercial, I was trying to show to the residents that we need to fix these roads, because in our roads there are big holes, and that has been a danger to the drivers. And also it creates a lot of expense to repair, for people's cars need to be repaired. So my goal was to communicate to my residents that this is something that we need to fix. We need to invest in infrastructure and make it happen. And that's what it was about.
Okay, that's good. As a member of House of Representatives from Michigan, what's your priority? Improving standard of living, education, eradicating poverty? Which one?
See, when I grew up in poverty, my education was the most important thing. My mother taught me that the most important thing in life is to get good quality education. And I believe that every child in America must get the best quality of education, regardless of his or her financial status. So my number one focus is going to be on education. Early childhood education, teaching the 3-year-olds, the 4-year-olds math skills, reading skills, so that they have a future. With the Detroit schools need investment. The teachers need supplies. Sometimes I've seen teachers purchase supplies by using money out of their own pocket. And that's no way to run an education system. I want to make the schools safe. I want to invest in the infrastructure of the schools, so children have comfortable facilities. They have counseling. The teachers have support staff. They have all the necessary supplies, whether it is the music class or whether it is the science lab, that it is equipped with the right kind of instruments. So there's a lot that we need to do to provide good quality education to all of the children, poor or rich. We need to provide equitable education to all of the children, and that will be one of my focus.
Okay. Young Minds of India is looking up to you for motivation. Should you like to suggest something to them?
Yes. You need to be positive. You need to never give up. You need to work hard. Have good habits. Respect your elders. I always respected my teachers. I always respected my parents. And knowledge is important. Nobody can take the knowledge and the education away from you. So it is very important. There are a lot of temptations in this world now, and we need to focus. Young children need to focus on acquiring knowledge, learning, developing skills, whether it is communication skills, leadership skills. This is all very important. Early part of your life, spend as much time as possible in learning. Reading. Reading is so important. Read good books. Read, English. English is a world language, and we have to be comfortable. There's nothing wrong with learning in Kannada medium school. I learned in Marathi medium school. So there is nothing wrong with vernacular language, but we also need to acquire mastery in English, because English is the language of the world. And we need to dream big, never dream small. Dream big and then achieve your dream. Work hard to achieve your dreams.
Oh, good suggestion to the young minds of India, sir. Money will become the game changer when it comes to election in India. What is the much important thing in United States? How much you spent on your election campaign? In India, candidates spend crores together amount to win elections.
Well, there is a bad influence of money in politics, and it is worldwide. Money in politics has corrupted our political system. And not only in India, but even in America, there is a lot of corporations, rich people influence the elections by in putting their own money into advertising, into donating to the candidates. And we would like, even in America, we would like a campaign finance reform. How the money is influencing the politics is not necessarily good for the common person, because the common person has one vote, and the rich people, with their money, they have a much more of an influence. So I made it a point to not take money from corporations. I did not take any money from rich people. I put my own money. I used my own money, so that when I became a lawmaker, I am not obligated to anybody except the people of my district. And all of my loyalty and obligation is for the betterment of the people. And so I decided to put my own money, my own hard-earned money into this election to get elected.
Okay, sir. America is an advanced country, but when we compare the voting and counting system, Indian Central Election Commission seems more organized. What's your opinion about America not having an central election authority to conduct election and counting of votes? It's take a long time to count the votes in American presidential election.
Well, there are a lot of rules and regulations. Each party has observers. So it is a system that requires some time. But if you notice, even in India, most states have elections, like in Bihar, elections happen over 2 weeks in 3 different phases. But America, the election day is only one election day for the entire country. November 3rd was the election day for all of America. And so it is all done in one day, and the counting is done by volunteers. These are not paid employees, but many of them are volunteers. And so it takes time. But in a democracy, it is important that every vote is counted, and we do that in the most transparent and fair manner. And to do that, it takes time.
Okay. In a COVID time, you helped a lot of people. You put your mind, art, money, and everything to get back back to the lives. Please talk something about how you served the people in COVID-19 times.
Well, in my district, there are a lot of people that are struggling. There are a lot of people that are poor. There are a lot of people that don't have access to internet. And when COVID came, people were not knowledgeable about what needs to be done to stay safe from this virus. In my district and in the African American community, COVID hit very hard. There were higher level of COVID positive people in my district, in my county, Wayne County. There are also more disproportionate amount of deaths in my community. And what we did was we decided to educate. So we stopped our campaigning, and then we switched into a mode of communication. And we went to 20,000 homes, and we gave people information. We had printouts, door hangers that we put in 20,000 homes. We gave people, masks and hand sanitizers. And we talked to people about how they can take care of their health. So we did a lot to help people to keep away from getting this deadly infection.
Okay. Donald Trump defeated in a presidential race by the Joe Biden. What would be major thing might cause it for the defeat, according to you?
COVID was one of the reasons. People are suffering.
Mismanagement of a COVID-19.
And the approach that President Trump has was different in terms of handling COVID. He felt differently, and his advice was different. Initially, the administration did not promote using masks. And we now know from science that using a mask and social distancing is very important, but often our president did not emphasize that. And overall, there was people were not satisfied in terms of how the administration handled the COVID pandemic. And that was one of the impact in this election.
Okay, sir. Joe Biden belongs to the Democratic Party. You are also belongs to Democrats. What would be the major challenge for the new government and its President-elect Mr. Joe Biden to lead America?
Well, the COVID has impacted the economy. Still currently there are millions of people out of jobs. People are hurting, especially people who have service jobs, low wage jobs. Many of these jobs have disappeared. People that are working in service sector, people working in restaurants, their healthcare system, their jobs have gone. And there is a huge amount of unemployment. we need to, the federal government needs to have a relief program. We need to pass a bill that would give residents, some money, monthly money, so that they can take care of putting food on the table, pay for their health care, pay for their education. So there is a government needs to step in and help people that are living at poverty level or below poverty level, people who are displaced because of their lost jobs because of this pandemic. And Joe Biden understands that. President Biden would institute, federal assistance to the citizens of this country. President Biden is also committed to helping local governments and states and cities, funding them, because there is a shortfall of revenue that the cities are experiencing because the tax revenues have been limited due to the COVID pandemic.
Okay, it's an igniting issue for Indians when it comes to Kamala Harris, Vice President-elect of USA. How pride do you feel in this?
Well, I'm very proud of Vice President-elect Kamala Harris. And I can't thank enough to President-elect Joe Biden for selecting a woman of color, a woman of African-American descent, and a woman who is Indian-American. The entire African-American community and Indian-American community is very thankful and very excited to see one of our own in the White House, one of our own, a breath away, as they say, a breath away from the presidency of the United States of America, the most powerful country in the world. And President of the United States is the most powerful person in the entire world. And we are so glad to see a person who looks like us, who came from a background, African-American background, Indian-American background, to be at this highest spot. This is history in the making. And we are very, very excited.
Joe Biden's success recalls Barack Obama's leadership. Is this any ray of hope to get Obamacare back, or any other similar new policies in America?
Yes. Barack Obama gave us the health care, which is called Obamacare, and he was able to put millions of people on health care that previously these people did not have good access to health insurance. And the Republicans tried to get away from that and eliminate Obamacare. Joe Biden's election ensures that more Americans will get health insurance and will be covered under health insurance than before. And that is very, very important, because I believe a good health care is a fundamental right, and every American, regardless of their financial status, must receive good health care. And Joe Biden and Kamala Harris are committed to that, and I expect better health care as this administration takes charge.
Okay. Which are the major changes America is going to witness in Joe Biden administration from Trump ruling?
Again, we are going to respect our allies, the countries that America has been friends with. We are going to respect that friendship. We are going to grow that friendship. In terms of Paris Accord, we are going to follow the environmental laws and comply with those environmental laws. We are going to be a good citizen. Our country is going to be a good citizen in the world, and we are, going to look after each other. So there will be a policy where United States, follows our tradition of working with our friendly countries in terms of promoting democracy throughout the world.
Okay, Dr. Vivek Murthy from Karnataka is a much heard name in America also. Can we expect a good position to him, like Secretary of Health? Yesterday only appointed as a co-chairman of a 13-member COVID-19 advisory board that will help the president-elect to deal with the corona. Murthy was a Surgeon General during the Barack Obama's period. What is your opinion on this?
Well, Dr. Vivek Murthy is a very, very brilliant doctor, a scientist. He has been in the administration before, and he has been an advisor to President-elect Joe Biden. He will have a lot of responsibility in terms of dealing with the COVID pandemic. He's brilliant. He's got a lot of ideas and knowledge, and he, I am sure, will be a big part of the next administration in whatever capacity President Biden wants him to do.
Okay. Indians feel that Joe Biden may be pro-China. What do you want to say about this?
I don't think so. I think President Biden understands the importance of China, but he will be tough on China. And he would make sure that American interests are protected throughout the world. But he would be respectful of other countries, and he will deal with other countries with respect and with fairness. And that's what you can expect from President Biden.
Okay, what can India expect from Vice President-elect Kamala Harris?
Well, it's a sense of great pride for every Indian American and even people back in India. I believe and I know that she understands the difficulties of the issues in India, and I am sure that she would like to visit India and develop this friendship between two great democracies. America and India are world's two biggest. America is the most powerful democracy. India is world's biggest democracy, and these two countries need to work together. And the election of President Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris will go a long way in getting these two countries together.
Our Indian tech is expecting the H-1B visa policy reversed by the Joe Biden. Is it possible by the Joe Biden to reverse the Trump policies on H-1B visa?
Yes. President Biden believes in merit-based immigration. Many of the H-1B visa is needed, and the technology industry in America needs highly skilled, highly technical people. This is a country of immigrants, and America's greatness depends on attracting the best and the brightest people from all over the world, because there's always shortage of skills as we grow the economy, and the technology sector is always asking for skilled people, and the visa policies of the United States government will be complementary to help technology companies succeed and create jobs in America.
Yeah, America is a immigrant people country, and now Joe Biden also decided to give the citizenship to the illegal immigrants in the US. How it is helped to the Indians also?
Well, again, the immigration issues need to be dealt with on a humanitarian grounds. We are the world's most affluent, richest country in the world. and our policies towards undocumented workers need to be with compassion and caring, and that's what President Joe Biden will do.
Okay, you born and brought up in our Belgaum in Karnataka, and now you are a successful businessman. You are a millionaire in America, and you are a politically also you are a successful politician in America. You elected to the House of Representatives. Do you have any plan to help the people in Belgaum in Karnataka? Which is
yes, I do, and I've always helped people. I've talked about entrepreneurship, good education, and I want to help the people of my constituents and people across the world, whatever I can do to help.
Okay. Michigan and Karnataka, can you have a twin states agreement in your initiative, like Kyoto and our Varanasi city have a twin states agreement like that?
That's something that I will talk with the Michigan administration. I am only one state representative, so I don't make decisions for the entire state. But the governor and administration does that, and then that's something that I could suggest.
Oh, thank you very much for Mr. Thanedar for sparing a time with us. You gave a lot of detail into to us, and we wish you all the best in your political career, business career, and your personal life also. We wish you all the success, and we wish you all the best for you. Thank you very much for giving this interview. Thank you very much.
Thank you for inviting me. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. ಇದು ಅಮೆರಿಕದ ಮಿಚಿಗನ್ ರಾಜ್ಯದಿಂದ ಹೌಸ್ ಆಫ್ ರೆಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟೇಟಿವ್ಗೆ ಆಯ್ಕೆಯಾಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಶ್ರೀ ಥಾಣೆದಾರ್ ಅವರ ಸಂದರ್ಶನ. ಮುಖ್ಯವಾಗಿ ಅವರು ಕರ್ನಾಟಕದ ಬೆಳಗಾವಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಹುಟ್ಟಿ ಬೆಳೆದು ಈಗ ಅಮೆರಿಕದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೌಸ್ ಆಫ್ ರೆಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟೇಟಿವ್ಗೆ ಆಯ್ಕೆಯಾಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಆದರೂ ಕೂಡ ಅವರು ತಮ್ಮ ಬೇರುಗಳು ಇರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಬೆಳಗಾಮನ್ನು ಮರ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. ಬೆಳಗಾಂನ ಜನರಿಗೆ ನಾನು ಸಹಾಯ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸಿದ್ಧವಾಗಿದ್ದೇನೆ ಅನ್ನೋ ಒಂದು ಮಾತುಗಳನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಮತ್ತು ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ ನಮ್ಮೊಂದಿಗೆ ಮಾತನಾಡಿದ್ರು. ತಮ್ಮ ತಾಯಿ ತನಗೆ ಸಂಸ್ಕಾರಗಳನ್ನು ಕಲಿಸಿದ್ರು. ಬೆಳಗಾಂನಲ್ಲಿ ಸಾಕಷ್ಟು ಸಂಕಷ್ಟದ ದಿನಗಳನ್ನು, ಸವಾಲಿನ ದಿನಗಳನ್ನು ಎದುರಿಸಿದ್ವಿ. ಕಷ್ಟದಲ್ಲೇ ಓದಿದ್ದೆ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಓದ್ತಾ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ನಲ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ವಿ. ಆದರೆ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮನ್ನು ಬರೀಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜರ್ ರಜಾವನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಅಂಥ ಸಂಕಷ್ಟದ ದಿನಗಳನ್ನು ಎದುರಿಸಿ ಈಗ ಅಮೆರಿಕದಲ್ಲಿ ಒಬ್ಬ ಸಕ್ಸಸ್ಫುಲ್ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಮ್ಯಾನ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಒಬ್ಬ ಯಶಸ್ವಿ ರಾಜಕಾರಣಿಯಾಗೂ ಕೂಡ ಹೌಸ್ ಆಫ್ ರೆಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟೇಟಿವ್ಗೆ ಆಯ್ಕೆಯಾಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಈಗ ಅಮೆರಿಕದ ಮುಂದಿನ ಅಧ್ಯಕ್ಷರಾಗಿ ಆಯ್ಕೆಯಾಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂತಹ ಜೋ ಬೈಡನ್ ಅವರ ಡೆಮೊಕ್ರೆಟಿಕ್ ಪಕ್ಷದಲ್ಲೇ ಈಗ ಥಾಣೆದಾರ್ ಅವರು ಕೂಡ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಜೋ ಬೈಡನ್ ಅವರಿಂದ ಭಾರತ ಮತ್ತು ಅಮೆರಿಕದ ಸಂಬಂಧ ಮತ್ತಷ್ಟು ಬಲಶಾಲಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಕಮಲಾ ಹ್ಯಾರಿಸ್ ಅವರಿಂದಲೂ ಕೂಡ ಭಾರತ ಹೆಚ್ಚಿನ ನಿರೀಕ್ಷೆಯನ್ನು ಇಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಬೋದು. ಭಾರತ ಮತ್ತು ಅಮೆರಿಕದ ಬಾಂಧವ್ಯ ವೃದ್ಧಿ ಆಗಲಿಕ್ಕೆ, ಮತ್ತಷ್ಟು ಸದೃಢ ಆಗಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಕಮಲಾ ಹ್ಯಾರಿಸ್ ಕೂಡ ಸಾಕಷ್ಟು ಕೊಡುಗೆಯನ್ನು ನೀಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಭಾರತದ ಟೆಕ್ಕಿಗಳು ನಿರೀಕ್ಷೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರುವಂಥ ನಿಟ್ಟಿನಲ್ಲೇ H1B ವೀಸಾವನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ಈಗ ಜೋ ಬೈಡನ್ ಅವರ ಅಡ್ಮಿನಿಸ್ಟ್ರೇಷನ್ ಭಾರತದ ಟೆಕ್ಕಿಗಳಿಗೆ ನೀಡುತ್ತೆ ಅನ್ನೋ ಒಂದು ಮಾತುಗಳನ್ನು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ.